Today, Utica Tools is a largely forgotten brand, but Utica in their day was a powerhouse in the manufacturing of pliers and has several connections to other more well-known brands. So today, let's dive in and tell the full story of Utica Tools. The story of Utica actually starts in Broadway, New York in 1878, when Thomas Hall invented a compound action end nipper and founded the Interchangeable Tool Co. Hall would move his company to Utica in 1893, but would soon face financial issues and a foreclosure on his brand new factory. Enter the White brothers, William Pierre Pont and Hubert Lawrence, who purchased the patent, factory, and equipment from Hall and renamed the business Utica Drop Forge and Tool Company in 1895. Utica then teamed up with another New York tool company, Smith & Hemenway, to handle distribution, with Landon Smith and John Hemenway owning a share of Utica. Smith & Hemenway had a nationwide distribution chain, selling tools and hardware through their Green Book catalog. In 1900, Utica made a deal with Russell Hardware and Implement Company to manufacture and sell Russell's staple-pulling pliers, kicking back a royalty for every plier sold to Russell. This was going along fine until 1904, when Hubert White patented his own version of the pliers and started selling them without paying any royalties to Russell. They straight up stopped selling the Russell versions and contacted their distributors telling them the Russell ones were no longer available and would be replaced with the Utica Black Bull pliers. Whoa, check out the set on that bull. This is from a real ad. I did not edit that image at all. Needless to say, this whole thing pissed off Russell, and they took Utica to court for a breach of contract. The case went back and forth through multiple appeals, eventually making its way up to the Supreme Court, where Utica lost and ended up having to pay back royalties to Russell. In 1906, Utica moved to a factory on Whitesboro Street. This factory would burn to the ground in 1907, and a new state-of-the-art factory was built in 1908, which enabled Utica to produce over 2,000 pliers a day. Utica was now becoming one of the largest manufacturers of pliers and nippers in the world, with gross sales of over $680,000 in 1920, which would be about $10 million in today's dollars. However, in 1921, sales had stagnated, and Utica had to shut down their factory for a month. The Whites then sold $225,000 in bonds to raise capital for the company. Coincidentally, in 1922, the former vice president of Utica, Henry F. Kellerman, who had left the company abruptly after his 20th anniversary, was arrested and charged with grand larceny. In 1917, Kellerman had convinced the Whites to build a company clubhouse instead of paying the employees bonuses. Kellerman then, allegedly, pocketed a bunch of this money for himself. When he thought the Whites were going to find out, Kellerman sold all his property and fled to Duluth, Minnesota, where he was eventually arrested. The Whites would ultimately sell their interest in the company in 1923 to W.E. Lewis. In 1926, when Smith & Hemenway got bought out by Crescent, several former Smith & Hemenway executives came to Utica, bringing with them distribution offices in Cleveland, Philadelphia, and Chicago. Also in 1926, Utica pliers had become so popular that companies overseas were making counterfeit ones. The fakers were spelling Utica with a K and stamping their tools made in OSA instead of USA. They even copied the interconnected diamond logo. In 1928, Utica acquired the Aero Tool Company, allowing them to add adjustable wrenches to their lineup. And during World War II, Utica would use their forging facilities to produce jet engine rotors for the U.S. military. This is going to come up again later. By 1947, they were using an electronic induction hardening method for their cutting edges, and in 54 added a new vacuum melting furnace to melt extremely pure metal for their jet turbine division. In 51, they patented a design of groove joint pliers to compete with Channel Lock, whose patents had expired that same year. Utica would license this patent to other companies, including Diamond Horseshoe. In 54, Utica came out with a pretty cool design for a locking adjustable wrench. This used a push button to lock the jaws in place, similar to that Williams adjustable we looked at in a previous video. In 1956, Utica would be purchased by Kelsey Hayes, a large conglomerate. This would cause friction with the International Association of Machinists, who went on strike in 1959. Kelsey Hayes would purchase her brand in 61, and in 62 moved both companies to Orangeburg, South Carolina. At the time, this was the largest hand tool plant in America under one roof. However, moving the factory did not get rid of their union issues. In 63, a vote was held on unionizing the plant. The vote failed, but an objection was raised with the Labor Relations Board. Allegedly, Kelsey Hayes conducted a reign of terror by intimidating workers to vote against the union, saying that the union had caused the New York plant to close, and the same thing might happen to the Orangeburg one. The LRB threw the original vote out and ordered a new election, which eventually succeeded. Bonnie Tools would be briefly added to the roster in 1964, until 1967, when Kelsey Hayes sold their entire tool division to the Triangle Corporation. Triangle would buy out another pliers and adjustable wrench company, Diamond Horseshoe, in 1981. Triangle owned Utica, Herbrand, Bonnie, and Diamond until 1993, when they were bought out by Cooper Tools, who promptly killed off the brand. But Utica was only mostly dead. Utica got moved over to Cooper's Power Tool lineup, where Cooper sold torque wrenches under the Utica brand. When Cooper merged with Danaher Industries in 2010, creating the Apex Tool Group, they continue to sell the Utica torque wrenches, and they're actually still available today. Also, remember earlier when I was saying how Utica made parts for jet engines back in World War II? In 1995, that portion of Utica was purchased by UCA Holdings. UCA would become TECT in 2001, a company that makes products for the aerospace industry, and TECT would be purchased by Whitcraft in 2020. So there are definitely some remnants of the original Utica still around. And that is the full story of Utica tools. I really liked this one. All the patent lawsuits and the embezzlement stuff, the union dispute, counterfeit tools. And this story ties together with several of the other brands that we've looked at in this series. Be sure to check out the other videos in the Tool Lore series if you haven't already. My goal is to drop new episodes every other Friday. Links to all my sources are in the video description, and as usual, leave a comment below if you have any other details to add that I might have missed. Thanks everyone for watching. See you later. Bye.